If I only had 1 week to go anywhere in South America, this is where I would go.
After 7 months traveling through Mexico, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Brazil, and Argentina, I've learned a lot. Some things I expected and a lot that completely surprised me. So before I start my next chapter, I wanted to make one video with everything I wish I knew before I came.
Yo, what's the vibes, gang? So look, let's get straight into it. Why am I leaving South America? You know, I came originally straight from Asia and I just wanted something new. You know what I mean? I'm the type of person, I like to put myself in uncomfortable situations. I found that I grow the most when I'm uncomfortable and when I don't necessarily know or can't predict what's going to be on the other side of something. That's when it's like, it's always the best. Like, I don't know, like, I remember when I first left Vietnam and I went to like the Philippines and then I went to Thailand, then I went to Bali. Like, life got so much more like interesting. Like, it got cooler, better, whatever you want to call it. And then when I was leaving Asia, I was like, fuck, I don't know what to expect from South America. And I went there and then like, bro, the past 6-7 months, I've been able to put out so much great content. And, you know, I believe that I came and I have accomplished what it is that I wanted to accomplish. I feel as if I did everything that I needed to do. It's still so much more to see, but right now I am satisfied with what I have accomplished. I think I've seen a lot of countries and there's still way more to see, but I've seen a lot of countries. I have a good reference point to where I can tell you all about, hey, South America is like this place is like this place is like that. You know what I mean? And yeah, I think I did everything I needed to do. You know what I mean? So that is why I am leaving. It's time for me to move on. It's not because I need to leave or any visa requirement or anything like that, okay? I could keep staying if I wanted to stay. The only reason I'm leaving is because I am choosing to move on. No other reason, okay? But yeah, I had a great time. A lot of cool cities, and we're about to talk about that. Cities, countries, all that type of stuff. So yeah, simply put, that is why I'm leaving. It is time to move on. It's time for a new chapter, and we have to keep elevating, keep growing. Can't get too comfortable. Never get too comfortable, okay? So it's time to move on. Now, the second thing I will talk about is my biggest surprises. Now, I will admit I was surprised by a few things. Off rip, one of the biggest surprises is that going to South America, especially from Asia, one of my biggest concerns was the safety. I was curious and like concerned about whether I would be able to vlog and film publicly. Everybody talks about how dangerous South America is. Everybody knows that. I don't have to go into too much detail, but people consider South America to be just this dangerous area of the world. And so, you know, I'm a YouTuber for a living, so that was something I was concerned about, but I was pleasantly surprised that when I arrived, it was pretty much not dangerous at all, okay? Especially coming from the US, coming from Atlanta. This is nothing. Like, you know what I mean? South America was chill, okay? I was chilling, I was relaxed, nothing ever happened. I never felt like I was in danger. You feel me? I definitely felt more like I've been in more sketchy situations in the US than I have been in South America for sure. You know what I mean? So, and you guys seen, bro, I put out probably like 60 videos, if not more, just in South America alone. And I said this before and I'll say it again. If South America is as dangerous as people make it seem, how am I able to put out this much content? How am I able to walk around with local women, okay? If it was that dangerous, if anybody's going to be protective over anything, it's going to be the women, okay? So it's not that dangerous, bro. It's not as people make it seem. If you have any type of like street smarts, you'll be just fine, bro. It's not that big of a deal. Outside of that, I would say I was surprised by how easy it was to pick up on the language. It didn't take me too much time to like really start speaking a good amount of Spanish. And once again, my Spanish isn't perfect. And I know like sometimes people leave comments about bro, I'm not trying to speak perfect Spanish, okay? I would rather be able to speak English, Spanish, Portuguese, German, French. I'd rather speak 10 languages okay than to speak 2 languages really well, okay? That's just me personally. Like, so my goal isn't to speak perfect Spanish for all those people that try to correct me and stuff like that. It's not my goal. I don't really care to speak perfect Spanish, proper Spanish. I don't even speak proper English, so why the fuck am I trying to speak proper Spanish? You know what I mean? But yeah, the fact that I was able to learn so much and such a short amount of time was very, very surprising. I would say another thing that was surprising was just the culture in South America in general. Everything about it was just surprising. I don't know what I thought to expect coming to South America, but it was nothing like I had in mind. The only thing I really thought about South America beforehand was like, okay, it might be a little bit dangerous, and I don't know if the content is going to be good. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that was like in my mind. So pretty much everything was a surprise. I will say also another big surprise, the nature of South America. I underestimated how amazing the nature is, especially in places like Peru, Brazil. I had no clue that you could find these type of terrains in one country or two countries. You know what I mean? The Amazon, I didn't go to the Amazon, but I still saw some amazing views. So that's another thing that definitely surprised me. Now, I don't want to get too into like the whole race situation, but you know, when you're black, it does matter. You know, that's just the way the world works. People treat you a certain way because you're black, and et cetera, et cetera. So the black experience is always something that needs to be talked about. It's very unique from any other experience. So I'm going to talk about the black experience that I had in South America. Now, first thing, did people treat me differently than I expected? I will say I received, in certain areas, yes, I received much more love than I would have anticipated. And it's much more genuine love in South America versus in places like maybe Asia or something like that. It could be more of a fetish, but here is more genuine, like, because a lot of these places actually have black people. So, you know, they grew up seeing black people and stuff like that. So it's not like this crazy novelty, but it is a very special thing to see a black American in South America. But you get genuine love from everybody, you know what I mean? Like, and bro, as you guys seen, like when I was in Peru, like, bro, you guys seen all the people I hung out with, all the people I met, bro, I had no issues. It was nothing but love. Like, everybody treated me, like, great, you know what I mean? And whenever I go to any place, I really don't expect to be treated a certain way, or whether that's negative or positive. So I'm not really looking for anything specifically. I'm just open to see how people are treating me, and I'm just receptive to however that is. And but yeah, I was treated with love and respect pretty much everywhere I went. Now, the next question, which stereotypes turned out to be wrong? I will say a big thing that I see online is that Latinas don't really like black people. Back to like my first one, it doesn't seem that way. I'm sure some people, no one people like everybody. It's still, bro, it's black people that don't like black people. Like, you know what I mean? What are we talking about? Okay, so that's just how the world is. Everybody is not going to like everybody, and that it is what it is. But as you guys see in all of my videos, I got nothing but love. So it's a stereotype I know in the U.S., and I know a big thing now is like Latinas saying the N-word and stuff like that.
Should Mexicans be able to say the N-word?
Yes, I'm not gonna lie, I say it.
Why you say that?
But respectfully, I won't say it on here.
Oh yeah, she fired up.
Not even gonna lie, I'm a Mexican and I'm learning not to say the N-word.
I ain't gonna lie, brother. I be saying that shit. I ain't even Mexican for real. I'm Indian.
If you're not black, you cannot say that shit, man. You fucking yourself up, man. Stop playing.
I didn't experience that at all, except for in Argentina, but just me in Mexico and me in Colombia and me in all these other places, that wasn't anything that I experienced. I didn't experience any type of hatred or anything like that. I just had a great time. The next question is, where did I feel the most welcome? I have to say Brazil, okay? Brazil is one of those places where if you're black, bro, you blend right in. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're going to stand out a little bit because you're a foreigner, but, bro, the culture is made for you. You know what I mean? So you're going to fit right on in. Like, it feels like an extended family, honestly. So Brazil definitely felt the most welcome. Next question is, did my experience change from country to country? Yes, and I would give like a night and day example, right? So Brazil, everybody's black, okay? If they're not black, they're a little bit of black, or some type of black. Everybody's, you know what I mean? Like, most people are a little bit of black, right? And then if you go to somewhere like Argentina, where everybody is pretty much white, it's a very big difference, and your experience is going to be completely different. I spoke about this in Argentina. I felt like invisible walking down the street. It felt like I wasn't even there, and not necessarily, once again, not in a bad way or anything like that. It just felt like people just, you know, sometimes when you are the only black person in a room, you stand out. It's not like that. I didn't experience that in Argentina. It's like people just kept it pushing, et cetera, et cetera. So my experience was definitely different from place to place. I would say in Peru, I got a lot of love. Colombia, I would say Ecuador also was like a little bit sketchy. I felt like Ecuador was a little bit racist. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Yeah, I don't know how I felt about Ecuador. I don't think I would ever go back. But yeah, other than that, Mexico, Colombia, Peru, everywhere else was pretty much just all love, man. Now the next question is, how did dating differ? My experience dating definitely was different in different countries. I want to say Colombia was less receptive to black men. Definitely Argentina. Like Argentina, like I got like no love in Argentina from like the Argentinians. Like all of the girls I met in Argentina was actually like foreigners. And Colombia, and I spoke about this, like in the big cities is a lot of like pay for play, and then in the smaller cities it's very like religious. So it's not even that they necessarily don't want to date black guys, but it's like more so that they are just very aware and critical of how their city, their town, their pueblo is viewing them. And so, you know, that's something that they consider. But in places like Peru, Brazil, is nothing but love, you know what I'm saying? Open arms, and it's just good vibes. And then lastly, my advice that I would give to other black travelers thinking about coming to South America, I would just say, bro, come with an open mind, okay? Come with an open mind and don't think you know anything, okay? Because you don't. And until you go for yourself, you will not fully understand what it's like, all right? And, you know, don't have this chip on your shoulder either where you think everybody is like being racist or nobody likes you. Like when you think like that, you will like, you're programming your mind to look for certain things that just confirm your bias. But in reality, nobody really gives a fuck, you know what I mean? It's all chill, good vibes. So I would say, yeah, just be you, be yourself, stay true. And, you know, your blackness is actually a superpower in a lot of these places. When you go to these places, you stand out and people want to know more about you just because you're black. So I would definitely say, yeah, just be yourself and don't be afraid. You know what I mean? You will be perfectly fine being black. Don't listen to the news. Don't listen to the media. Even me in Argentina, I will go back to Argentina, okay? I had a great time in Argentina. You feel me? So don't listen to the news. Don't listen to the media. And just don't depend on outside perspectives to shape your experience. Who gives a fuck what somebody else thinks if they don't like you, bro? If your passport says you can go inside the country, you're good, okay? Fuck anybody else, you feel me? Now, let's talk about like my top 10s, okay? We're gonna talk about the best, the worst, all that type of stuff. So the best country overall, you guys already know, man. Brazil, top tier country, bro. I don't even have to name it. I've already made videos talking about this, but like just to summarize it, as a black American, once again, I think that is the best country that you could ever go to, all right? The amount of black people that's already there, you already understand the culture, you already fit into the culture, you can relate to the people, the music, the food is good, the women are amazing, the beaches, the nature is so big. You can go to this city, that city, this city, that city. Amazing place, Brazil. #1 country. Which country had the friendliest people? I gotta say Peru, okay? Peru had the nicest people. Like just walking into a store, speaking to a stranger, bro, Peru offer up amazing people. As you all saw, I was literally in Trujillo getting hugged by the entire restaurant, okay? That is the only country that happened in. So I have to say Peru has the friendliest people, genuine love, genuine nice people. And yeah, Peru is definitely one of my favorites. Now, best food, okay? This is two of them, right? #1, Peru, okay? Peru food is chef's kiss, bro. They do everything well. I had pizza the other night, top tier pizza. Ceviche, top tier. Bro, oh my God. Don't get me started, bro. Lomo saltado, amazing. Bro, Peru has top tier food. Their dishes are chifa. I almost forgot chifa. They have the Chinese, Peruvian dish, food, chifa, amazing stuff. Yeah, they just do food very, very well, bro. Like their chicken is amazing, seasoned greatly, all that type of stuff. Yeah. Peru, got it. But another one, Mexico, okay? Mexico has some of the best food I've ever had, and it's so crazy because it's not, from what I had, it's not like this crazy variety of food. It's like beef, chicken, pork, and a bunch of different ways, like tacos, burritos, blah, blah, blah. But bro, oh my God, Mexican food with Corona and a lime, bro, is top tier. Top tier food, bro. When I had the, what's it called, a torta. I had a torta for the first time. Whenever you go to a Mexican restaurant, like a real Mexican restaurant, ask for a torta, bro. It is fucking amazing. It's like a taco or burrito sandwich, like, bro. Top tier stuff. Mexico has an amazing, amazing, amazing food. But it might not be that healthy, but it's good, okay? And they use a lot of cheese, so if you like cheese, perfect. Now, best nightlife. Brazil. Gotta say Brazil has the best nightlife. Once again, like, I'm black, okay? I don't know how many of you guys are black, but to go to a different country and still be able to like vibe, like really vibe and really understand what's going on and samba and all that type of stuff, where you fit right in. So the nightlife just, it almost feels like you're back at home, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, bro, they have so many beach parties because Brazil, like the whole coast is filled with beaches. So there's so many parties where you can just go to the beach and everybody's just dancing on the beach, just having an amazing time, shoes off, like live music, bro, till however long at night, bro. Amazing time. I had a great time in Brazil, and you know, I'm not big on like partying. I'm not going to the clubs and stuff like that. And so I think Brazil has a good alternative theme for that. With, like I said, the live music on the beach. Like, that is, you don't have to go to a club to have an amazing time in Brazil. But if you do want to go to the club, they do have those scenes, you know what I mean? Especially like in Rio. I can't think of the street right now, but they have that whole street where it's flooded with bars and stuff like that. I went once and it was almost a fight, you know what I mean? And then it's like Pedro de Sol or some shit like that. I never went there, but that looks cool too. Like, Brazil just has amazing nightlife, bro. No matter what city you go to, Salvador, Rio, Itacaré, Paraty, like amazing nightlife, amazing parties. Everybody's having a good time, drinking, dancing, just good vibes. Like, yeah, Brazil has top tier nightlife for sure. And I think it depends on what you're looking for as well. Like I said, I'm not really into clubs. If you're into clubs, if you're into like paying for, you know what I mean, all that type of shit, I don't know, Brazil might not be for you. But if you're into like just great music, good vibes, everybody dancing, everybody smiling, like, and beautiful women, Brazil, top tier nightlife. Now, which country has the best value overall? You know, originally, okay, I was gonna say Brazil, but now that I think about it, I think Brazil can be kind of pricey at times. So when it comes to getting your money's worth, nah, it's still Brazil, gang. I was about to say Peru, nah, gang, it's still Brazil, bro. Best value is Brazil, bro. If you got like, bro, Brazil, bro. Brazil. Trust me, Brazil, okay? Best value overall. The scenes, the views, the transportation, the food, the music, everything, Brazil. Best overall value. Now, best nature, okay? This is a tie, all right? Brazil and Peru, okay? I've seen some of the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen in Brazil, that's for sure. But also in Peru, bro, the lagoon, the turquoise lagoon, bro, that's top tier nature, bro. That is beautiful, bro. Like, what? I've never seen anything like that. And I'm sure many people have never seen anything like that. So Peru is definitely top tier nature. Even when they got the sand dunes, stuff like that, top tier shit. And then Brazil, like I said, they got the rainforest, bro. So it's just everywhere is just like amazing. The beaches, Rio, all this type of stuff. It's amazing nature there as well. And then best dating out of everywhere I went, once again, it has to be Brazil and Peru. That's where you get the most love. I don't know why Peruvians love black guys so much, but they do. You know what I mean? They absolutely love us out there. And then Brazil, like I said, there's so many black people that you just fit right on in. Like, and then you're black American on top of that. So it's like, oh yeah, I want him. You feel me? So Brazil, and then also the culture in Brazil is more like a free culture where like dating is like just this. It's just like this open thing. Like, people just like enjoy having fun together. It's no big deal. Like, yeah, Brazil and Peru, definitely top tier dating experience in my opinion. Now, safest, I would say overall, I felt about just as safe in every single country I went to. Not one country that I feel like, okay, I'm about to leave my phone here and then I'll be back in 30 minutes. No, I didn't feel like that. I did not feel like, okay, let me leave my laptop and my camera sitting outside in Starbucks and I'll be back in 10 minutes. I never felt like that. But I will say in Ecuador, I did feel a little bit unsafe. I remember being like at my hostel and it was like this bar across the street. It was just a pizza shop, but it was like they sold drinks too. Bro, they had like a machine gun, somebody holding like an assault rifle outside. Like, yo, I'm like, nah, I didn't really experience that anywhere else, bro. Like, Ecuador was like quite sketchy to me. And also, that's also my biggest disappointment, okay? I'm not sure like what I expected out of Ecuador. I didn't really have like the highest hopes, but it was definitely my least favorite country. And like I said, I probably would never go back there. Kat, I got a friend named Kat, she's Ecuadorian. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. Or anybody else from Ecuador, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I just didn't have a good time. Maybe you could like invite me back and show me a better time. I'm not sure. But when I went there, I don't know. It felt a little bit racist. It felt unsafe. It wasn't that fun. I don't know. It wasn't for me, man. And now, most overrated country in South America, okay? Y'all not gonna like this one. But I'm gonna say it, okay? Colombia. Bro, I don't know. I don't really even get the hype about Colombia personally, bro. Like, unless you are paying for women, I don't understand why anybody like loves Colombia that much. Like, if you take that out of the equation, I don't understand what the hype is all about. Okay, yes, I had a great time in Colombia. Yes, I would go back. I experienced a lot of Colombia. I went to like 10 cities, and I liked it. I enjoyed Colombia, but the way people make it seem, when I think about it, right, all of the YouTubers that I see that like are hyping up Colombia or whatever the case may be, they all are like paying for women. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, outside of that, I don't understand. Like, don't get me wrong, like Colombian women are beautiful. The women that I met in Peru are awesome women, but like, I don't see that, and I didn't experience that. When I was there, it was like either you're paying or like nothing. You know what I mean? So, and I'm saying that's all about the women, but I'm saying like, I feel like that's everybody's biggest selling point. When I watch YouTube and I see people talking about Colombia, correct me if I'm wrong, I see people's biggest selling point being the women, and it's like, I don't know, it just wasn't that great to me. The food was like cool, it was cool food, but it wasn't like the best food I ever had. You know, the menu del dia that they have in every single South American country, they do use plantains, which is cool. It is like a lot of black people, which is cool, but like, you know, salsa is cool too, but also, you know, I'm not really into salsa. I'm not the biggest dancer, so maybe if you're into salsa, then you might enjoy the culture more, you might enjoy that, but I'm not really into that. So I'm more into like nature and just like good vibes, being able to just like chill, like live music, all that type of shit. And I think, not saying that Colombia doesn't have good nature, because they have beautiful nature, they have all of this stuff, but it's like not to the way people make it seem. Like, I would much rather spend time in Brazil or Peru than Colombia, 100%. But Colombia is cool though, but definitely overrated, okay? I'm not saying it's bad, but it definitely is overrated. But most underrated, Peru, okay? Peru is the most underrated country that I've ever visited. I don't hear enough people talking about Peru. And, you know, bro, once again, like, nigga, did you guys see the turquoise lagoon that I was at? Bro, that is beautiful. Like, that's crazy. The fact that you can go there and then a few days later you can go to the desert and be like on a go-kart in the middle of the desert, like snowboarded down it. Like, and then you can go to Cusco up in the mountains and you could be with llamas and all this type of stuff. You can do all of this in like 2 weeks, a week and a half, bro. The fact that you can do all of that, and the food is top tier. The women are beautiful and nice, amazing women. I love you guys inside and out, beautiful. Yeah, they have everything in Peru. So I think Peru is the most underrated country that I've ever visited. I think more people should check it out, bro. They have everything there. You know what I'm saying? Now, a few more questions, okay? And so people that are considering going to South America, I know everybody isn't a full-time traveler like me, so your schedule might be a little bit different. So if I only had 1 week to go anywhere in South America, this is where I would go. Rio, okay? I think Rio is the best city in the world. You can find any and everything you are looking for in Rio, in the city. Anything that you could want. Nature, food, parties, beaches, sunsets, hiking, dating, whatever you could possibly want to find is all in Rio. I promise you, you could find everything in Rio. So if I only had 1 week to go to South America, it would be that. Now, if I had 2 weeks in South America, I would probably go to Peru, okay? Like I said, you can go to the lagoons and Huaraz. You can go to Lima, which is amazing, Barranco, Miraflores. You can go to Huacachina, which is the desert. You can go to Cusco. All of these places are top tier, and you can do all of this in 2 weeks. I promise you, you can do all of this in 2 weeks. So Peru, if you only had 2 weeks, I definitely would go there. Now, if you had an entire month in South America, I'm definitely going to Brazil, okay? Specifically Rio, Salvador, Paraty, Ilha Grande, okay? You can see so much, so many views, so many beaches, so many parties, so many good food. You can get a feel for the culture, the history, etc., etc. Yes, go to Brazil. If I only had a month, I would say go there, okay? And so, yeah, man, that is a summary of, like, my South America experience. So what's next? This is the $1,000,000 question, okay? Where do you guys think I am going next? You guys are not going to guess it. You're not gonna guess it. You're not gonna guess it. But you have to stay tuned, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, man. I appreciate you all tuning in on this journey in South America. We will be back one day. I don't know when. God willing, we will be back one day, okay? If it's in the plans, it's in the plans. If it's not, then it's not. Who knows? You know what I mean? But I would love to come back one day. So I want to know two things. What has been your favorite city or favorite country in South America? And what video that I've made in South America and Mexico has been your favorite? Drop a comment. Let me know, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Look, it's about to be new. It's about to be better. It's about to be lit, man. Peace, love, shoe. Let's get it.